Hey, what's going on, guys? As Char month is coming to a close here soon, I do want to take a look at another Char kit. Here we have Char's Rikdom, the Master Grade kit here. It's not new by any means. It's actually quite old. It came out in 2003. It's basically just the Master Grade Dom with some different weapons and obviously a different color scheme on it. And if you guys have seen my review of the Master Grade Dom, or more recently the Master Grade P-Bandai Dodge, which is a derivative of that, I quite like the Master Grade Dom despite its age. I think it still holds up quite well. Of course, the Master Grade 2.0 would be very appreciated. I'm sure it could be improved upon, no doubt, but I think the Master Grade Dom and here Char's Rikdom still hold up quite well. But we'll take a look at the kit, of course, in the review. So first off, the unboxing. As you can see here from the front of the box, it's got that kind of very early 2000s CGI rendering look there for the box art. Although it does look better than some of the other ones that were coming out at the time, I think. Some of the other ones did look pretty cheesy. This one, I think, is kind of where they started to get it a little bit better, and I think it's looking pretty cool here. So some nice box art for this, again, despite its age. You can see up in the corner, up underneath the Master Grade logo, this is from the game. I believe it's Girin's Greed, if I remember correctly. So that is what this actually comes from. It's not actually from any anime series, of course. On the top and bottom of the box here, just got kind of the same thing there. Let's go around here onto this side. Alright, so on this side you can see that very Char color scheme there first off, and it's got the machine gun, which looks like essentially a Zaku machine gun, but it's a little bit different in its design. Although pretty similar. We've got the hands, the same hands that we had with the regular original Master Grade Dom. You got the markings, of course, Char's markings. I believe those are going to be dry transfers in here, but we'll see for sure about that. And then we've also got the weapons here. It's got the large bazooka, the beam bazooka, the machine gun there. It looks like we've got a couple different options for the machine gun, whether you want to have two different style kind of grip options there. This one is like a little bit more thicker here, and it looks like it also has the grenade launcher attachment for that as well, so that's pretty cool. And of course the heat saber, heat saber, I believe it is, right? Anyway, 4,500 yen for the list price for this, which is not bad. As you can see, it's a pretty big box, so not a bad price for that. On the other side, we've just got the front view, how that's going to look, just all painted up with some pre-shading on there, of course, as you can see, and then the rear view as well. Head details, the cockpit, looks like we've got some Char figures here for this, which is cool. Backpack, up underneath the rear skirt and inside the legs, a lot of nice detail there, up underneath the feet as well, and then the Char Aznavour figures. So this also is coming from the time when we actually got little 1/20 scale figures included with Master Grades, as well as this nice surprise. When you open up the box, you're greeted with this really nice cardboard insert here with a really huge, nice photo of the painted kit. So really great for photo reference for painting, or of course just putting that up on your shelf. These were a really nice addition to the Master Grade kits at the time that I know a lot of people wish would come back, but that's one thing. Personally, what I wish would come back more is the pilot figures. That's what I really miss, and so we'll see how this one compares to some other figures, but that does look pretty nice. Looks like we've got a big jewel there. I believe that's for the camera on the beam bazooka or the large bazooka, one of them anyway. So some stickers there as well as some dry transfers. As I mentioned before, we've got some nice Char red there, just kind of bright like Sazabi red. And then some Char pink, and then that really dark maroon. It's very dark on this kit, so like the darker red is like almost black. It's a really, really dark maroon color for this design. But if we dig down to the bottom of the box, we'll get here to the manual. So again, we've got our old style Master Grade manual here with like kind of like line art silhouette of the Mobile Suit's head there. Sorry, just trying to think of the word that I want to use. But anyway, onto the back, we've just got the opposite of the cardboard insert, the back side of the painted kit. Again, nice big reference photo for that. On the front inner page here, we've got a whole bunch of text that's all Japanese, but some really nice line art there. So that's really great to see. That can be really useful. Some more line art over here pointing out what all the different parts are on the kit. And then we get into our parts list. That is all here, and then the construction. So it's just going through all the construction, but we'll skip here. Well, let's see if we got anything else interesting. Oh, so we got some more artwork here. It's another thing that I really miss about the older Master Grades is these really cool mechanical illustrations. So there you've got the inside of the head, a little bit kind of taken apart look there with the arm and the leg, and Char there sitting next to the arm, which is pretty cool. Got some more here on the next page for the body with basically just the part taken off of the back, so you can see the like kind of inner workings of the backpack, side skirt there, some weapons down here with some cool text, and it looks like, yeah, that lens part is probably going on here for the beam bazooka. That's going on there anyway, so yeah, cool illustrations for all of that, but all the text is in Japanese. On the inner pages, the center pages, I guess I should say, It's got fights on, red and black, lay a wager, Renaissance illusion. So yeah, we've always got some interesting wording on there for these, but just some cool photos of the kit. Char and weapons there painted up, so you can see how those go. The painting guide is here, as well as some more reference images there. Kind of the same stuff we saw on the outside of the box. This on through the construction. Looks like no more illustrations there for that until we get to the very last page, which just will show the decal marking guide where all the decals will go on the kit. Alright, so let's get into everything else. Alright, so first up here is the marking stickers. So you can see we've got one Charr logo on there and a couple other just kind of caution markings, things like that, as well as some pink circles there, which seem to be probably for the mono eye and maybe for one of the camera lenses on one of the weapons. Here's another look at that big red jewel sticker that we've got there. So I'm not sure if I'll put this on for the review because, again, I might want to just keep that because this is the kind of thing that you can't really reuse, and you kind of want to use this on once you got the kit in its final state. So might just keep this and use it for when it's actually fully painted, but we'll see. And then of course the dry transfer decals, which we've got some really nice ones on here. So some really cool kind of old style little triangle markings, which are common to, I guess, that age. And then a couple of Xeon logos there, a couple in white, one in yellow, and a couple of Charr logos again on there as well. We got the MS09RS on there as well, so pretty cool. We got PC121 for our polycaps here in gray. And then we've got our 1/20 scale Charr figure here. Now again, I really love that these were included in the old kits. I do wish that they were just in regular plastic rather than this kind of like softer plastic. It's sort of like an in-between regular polystyrene and the polycap material. So it's a little bit soft, which just makes it a little bit harder to sand when trying to get them all prepped up and get rid of all the mold lines and everything. One thing I will note is it's interesting is that it's basically like an updated or like later version of this figure here, which is a 1/20 scale Charr figure in the old figure line of kits here that was released in the kind of box set that you guys have seen now. But yeah, it's kind of the same Charr pose, which I guess is a pretty typical Charr pose, but just kind of cool. Alright, so first up we got runner A here in 4 colors. We got a few clear parts there down at the bottom for the visor and a few little camera lenses, and then the bright yellow part there over on the side for the heat saber, and then a couple of parts in that bright pink for around on the thighs it looks like, and I think those other ones are, well, I'm not sure where at the moment, I can't seem to remember. But then the other gray parts here, it's worth noting, is aside from the fact that they're just in this dark gray color, they're also in a different material that's, again, a sort of softer material, not quite like polycaps, but we got the parts for the fingers and a few other parts on there. So those are just going to be in a slightly softer plastic than just the regular standard polystyrene we've got for the rest of the parts. Then we're going to be here some of the parts in that really super dark maroon color here. It's like almost black. It's really, really dark, but I kind of wish that they wouldn't have gone quite so dark with that, although I suppose that's probably the official color that it is supposed to be. And then we're going to see in just a standard dark gray color here, basically sort of like a German gray sort of color, parts for the bazooka and some other internal parts here. Then we got runner D here in a nice bright red, and it's actually the same color red, if I remember correctly, as this. The original Dom has this runner in red as well. We do have the addition of this part over here. This part is added on. It does say over here Rick Dom for the addition of this extra part there in red for underneath the back skirt for this kit. For an E here, a few more parts for around the waist, the hand covers, and top of the feet in that light pink color. We're going to F some more parts in gray for a few internal parts and a few external parts around for the torso. We're going to H here, obviously the big parts for the lower legs. We're going to I some more parts in that dark maroon color, and you can see there's the original pilot figures there, so you're not actually going to use those for this one because we do have the Charr figures in a later runner. But this one also does have the addition of a new part, so this is the new part for the outer part for the back skirt. So I didn't know that back skirt is actually different from this, from the regular Dom, but it is in fact. So we've got a new inner and outer part for the back skirt. Runner J is some more nicely detailed frame and joint parts here, once again in that dark gray color. We've got 2 of this J runner. And then runner K, the remainder of our light pink parts here, some parts for the arms and legs. We've got doubles of the K runner as well. And then runner M basically gives us the addition of a few more gray polycaps here, and this one is marked specifically for the Dom. And then we're here, 2 big parts, the 2 halves of the beam bazooka, so you just got those there. And if I remember correctly, this is the same runner that you get with the Master Grade Psycho Zaku Verka, because it was using the same weapon. Although I don't remember offhand, I think some of the runners were changed a little bit, but the parts were basically the same if I remember correctly. But anyway, here's runner O then next. So we've got some new parts for the bottom of the feet as well, because this is the space type. The bottoms of the feet are different from the regular Doms, we got those there. And 1 new part there for the backpack as well. And it looks like mostly here, this is mostly parts for the beam bazooka there, some of the detail parts for that, and a few other little bits here in dark gray. And finally, runner P, this is the only runner in the kit that's actually an ABS plastic, so we've got some parts here for the machine gun, and we've got our Charr pilot figures there, seated and standing pilot figures on here as well. And so there we go, that's it. So that's going to be it for the unboxing, guys. And again, as always, a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for their support. Do check the link to their site down below and use the coupon code ZakuAurelius10 to save 10% off everything on their store. Thank you to them for all of their support throughout Char month with the stickers. They've been giving away the specific Char themed stickers in all of their orders. So thank you to all of you guys who do take the time to check out their site and shop with them. And if you guys have any further questions or comments about this particular kit, of course, leave those down below. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'm not feeling like there's going to be really any surprises, as it's basically just the Dom, which we've looked at before, and I do really like. The new weapons, though, we'll see how those work. I'm not sure how they're going to work. The giant beam bazooka, I feel like we might see some weight issues with that. Might have some trouble holding that, but we'll find out in the review. For now, guys, hope you're all having a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.